That's. I understand Senator Sanders is with us. We finally got our phones working. Bernie.
Yes, how are you, Tom?
Hey, great to have you with us. Bernie, what's going on Capitol Hill? What's going on in your world?
Well, my world is we've been working for the last couple of weeks on what I consider to be an enormously important issue, and now that is trying to defeat Ben Bernanke's renomination as chairman of the Fed. Unfortunately, we were not successful.
It was the first bipartisan effort we've seen so far, though.
Well, it brought
you had
together,
both Democrats and Republicans voting against him.
Yeah, it did. It brought some very strange bedfellows, some right-wing Republicans with some progressive people in the Democratic caucus. And the importance of the vote, Tom, to my mind, was that the idea of reappointing somebody who was a member of the Bush administration, an architect of the disastrous Bush policy, somebody who was asleep at the switch when Wall Street and our financial institutions virtually collapsed, and somebody who was not using the power of the Fed today to protect middle class and working families just seemed to me pretty dumb. Yeah. And I think Obama blew an opportunity to give us somebody who would say, you know what? I mean, how many times on this show, Tom, have we heard from folks who are paying 25 or 30% interest rates on their credit cards?
Yep.
Well,
it's becoming the norm.
It's becoming the norm. Well, you know what? Bernanke has the power to lower those interest rates today. We're hearing the president talking about the need for small business to get low-interest loans. Bernanke has the power to do that. We're talking about too big to fail and the fact that the largest banks of this country are even bigger than they were before we bailed them out. Bernanke can stop breaking them up. We're talking about transparency and answering the question of who got trillions of dollars of zero-interest loans from the Fed. Bernanke could do that. So it made no sense to me to reappoint him. And we waged the fight. We lost. And we'll regroup and do what we can to make the Fed accountable.
The good, it's interesting to read the headline, the difference in the headlines between the newspaper Rupert Murdoch owns and the Financial Times. The headline in the Financial Times today was that Bernanke was basically rebuked by having 30 senators vote against him, more than for the confirmation of any Fed chief in history. The Wall Street Journal, of course, isn't it wonderful? Bernanke's back in.
Right. But here's the point. The point is that Wall Street put enormous pressure on the Senate, as did the Obama administration. So getting 30 people to vote no, which is almost twice as much as has ever happened before, is a rebuke. And they can't spin it any other way. And I hope that it makes the president and the Fed wake up to the fact not only that we've got to pay attention to a collapsing middle class, but that the Fed has got to be part of the solution and not the problem.
Yeah, absolutely.